Welcome back. Now that you are here and we're all on the same page, I'm going to tell you a little bit about coding. So right now we are using block coding. You can see that we can get into JavaScript coding, but that is a little bit more advanced when we get really good at coding. For now, we're going to stick with the blocks. What the blocks are doing is it's telling a program or your device what to do. It's basically a set of instructions. We're going to focus on three things actually in particular today. We're going to focus on this basic, we're going to focus on input, and we're going to focus on loops. Those are the three things that we can use today to make our ornaments or our snow globe. The first one here is basic. You can see I've already got two basic squares and the colors all match. So if you're looking for something on input, you can see that it's pink and it goes to pink. So those are all good. If you want to delete anything, you just drag it back over here and you can get rid of it that way. But for basic, what this does is it makes the computer or your device, or in this case our microbit, do something. So you can see if I wanted to, I'm gonna get the show string here, and instead of saying hello, maybe I'm gonna say ho ho ho, just like Santa Claus would. Now I want to do that, so when I turn on my microbit, it's gonna show it right at the start. You can see once it's ready to go, it starts showing in my microbit, and it's gonna write that ho 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 on start. Once it's finished, it's all complete though, and it won't repeat. With the input, we are giving a little bit more information or a little bit more instructions, a little bit more specific instructions to our microbit here, so that something has to happen in order for something else to happen. So if I move this show string into on button A, it's going to be doing this string. So now it changes where it's on start, nothing happens, but when I click the button A, now this program will start moving. So the input is for a little bit more specific instructions or more control on what we want our device, or in this case our microbit, to do. And the last one that we are going to focus on today is the looping. Looping just means that you can now allow whatever code or allow whatever set of instructions you're doing to obviously repeat or loop. And you can control how many times you want to loop. This just saves on you from having to write out lots and lots of code. You can repeat the same amount of code. So if I say this show string and I want it to repeat 4 times on button A, you can see now I've combined all 3 of these elements. So when I press button A, it's going to say that ho 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 4 times in a row now instead of just doing it once. And you can see that it'll repeat until that whole process is finished. Once that whole process is finished, it will stop showing that on the display. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is this forever one is kind of like a loop in itself, but it means that whenever there's nothing happening or no code is being inputted or buttons are being pressed or we're not starting, this is going to show. Right now you can see it is blank, but if I wanted to, I could put something in there like maybe showing a heart forever, so that when my code is finished, it'll come back to the heart and it'll always show this heart right here. So that means if I press my button A, it's going to run through my code again. And then once that code is finished, instead of being blank, it's actually going to show something, which in this case is a heart. So that is the basics of those 3 things. Now it's your turn. See if you can get something, maybe a string or a LED icon on your microbit, and see if you can loop it even. So that is your turn now. So see if you can try setting up something that is in the input and the basic and the loop. Good luck.